Resolution 21-107, rescinding Wilkinsburg Borough Council support of and severing relationship with the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation.
So moved.
Moved by Edwards.
Second.
Second by Trice. Roll call, please.
Wait, there's discussion.
Would you like to have a discussion?
I would like to ask a question and make some comments, yes. I'm sure that perhaps other council people might also.
Sorry, I thought you'd left because I hadn't heard you voting.
Well,
right
I was voting. I'm sorry, you didn't hear me. So who wrote the resolution?
I think it was a combination of people.
But who were they?
Who were they?
Are you afraid to say or ashamed to say? Who were they? Just so the public knows who wrote this resolution.
So it was written by myself, by Denise Edwards, by Paige Trice, by Yvonne Edmonds, and several residents, and Linda Atkins. Maybe others.
Is someone going to read it?
If you would like it read, I can read that.
I think you should read it for the record.
Yeah, it should be read.
Okay, I can read that. Resolution number 21-107. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Allegheny, Borough of Wilkinsburg. Resolution severing support for the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation. Whereas on December 10th, 2021, 3 individuals and the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation, a private nonprofit organization, filed petitions in the Allegheny County, in the Allegheny Court of Common Pleas, and placed a referendum on the 2022 primary ballot to annex the Borough of Wilkinsburg to the City of Pittsburgh. Whereas the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation, WCDC, is actively conducting a campaign to annex the Borough of Wilkinsburg to the City of Pittsburgh. Whereas this campaign has been funded, hired staffing, including an attorney, a political consultant, and canvassers, commissioned various research studies, printed professional marketing materials, created and maintains a website dedicated to the annexation. Whereas annexation is not a merger and would result in the destruction of the Borough of Wilkinsburg. Whereas the WCDC is not elected, Wilkinsburg Council is and directly accountable to Wilkinsburg voters. Whereas on February 3rd, 2021, Wilkinsburg Borough Council passed a resolution calling on the CDC, the Wilkinsburg Development Corporation, to cease and desist their efforts. The WCDC persisted, ignoring the request by borough elected officials. Whereas the WCDC ignored numerous invitations throughout 2021 to speak to Wilkinsburg Borough Council in a public meeting to report on their activities. This is the first time the WCDC rebuffed Wilkinsburg Borough Council. Whereas the WCDC campaign to annex Wilkinsburg into Pittsburgh has sown poisonous and divisive seeds into the borough. In their print and social media materials, WCDC has made false and misleading claims regarding negotiations, lower taxes, improved services, and many others. Wilkinsburg residents, many of whom are respected elders, have expressed undue worry, fear, and outright confusion. Whereas WCDC has violated the 10-year Wilkinsburg Comprehensive Plan, Wilkinsburg Business Revitalization Plan, and its own mission statement, each clearly states that the responsibility of rebuilding the Penn Avenue Business Corridor is the focus of the WCDC. These plans were developed by Wilkinsburg residents, businesses, and other community stakeholders, including the WCDC and Wilkinsburg borough officials in various public meetings. Whereas in 2020, during a regularly scheduled borough council meeting, Ms. Tracy Evans, Executive Director of the WCDC, claimed that the corporation generated $70 million in investments in Wilkinsburg. This claim, along with any claims including investments in the Penn Avenue corridor or other efforts to expand the tax base, have not been substantiated to date. Whereas the WCDC has existed for over a decade, it has removed elected officials from their governing board, including then Wilkinsburg Mayor John Thompson, current Council President Pamela Macklin, and current Second Ward Council Representative Andre Scott. Having elected officials on their board would foster cooperation and trust with the Wilkinsburg residents and prevented the WCDC going rogue. Therefore, be it resolved, effective immediately, on behalf of the residents of Wilkinsburg, Wilkinsburg Borough Council rescinds resolutions of support and severs all relationship with the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation. Be it further resolved that Wilkinsburg Borough Council authorizes the borough solicitor to immediately send a letter to the Pennsylvania Attorney General to investigate the WCDC. The request includes, but is not limited to, whether public money or foundation funding can be used to annex Wilkinsburg into the city of Pittsburgh.
So my comments now would be.
Wait a second. I think that's the end of it. No, here it is. Okay. Be it further resolved that Wilkinsburg Borough Council authorize the solicitor to immediately send a letter to the Pennsylvania Auditor General to audit the books of the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be sent to the City of Pittsburgh, state and county elected officials, all media and social outlets and foundations. Resolved by the borough this day, 17th day of December 2021. 16, sorry.
You're not talking about the date, am I? Should this be December? Shouldn't this be December?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
December 15th?
That's what I just said.
Okay.
So I have read the resolution. Does any council member have any questions or statements? Yes, Ms. Edwards.
Yes, I'd like to offer a friendly amendment that in the whereases it be included that the WCDC, which is a nonprofit, lobby residents, lobby city council representatives of the city of Pittsburgh on behalf of this annexation.
So can you repeat that one time?
That the whereas is recognized, I could look at it real quick, where it be inserted that the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation, a nonprofit, the city council members of the city of Pittsburgh.
And you know that for a fact, huh?
Thank you, Madam President. So can I the maker of the motion, who seconded that motion?
I did.
Will you accept that as a friendly amendment?
Yes.
Yes, if you can. We're going to, hold on one second, we're going to read, the borough manager to read the amendment back.
Just in case, I want to make sure it's on recording, so I'm going to read it and see if you can tell me what I got it right. Whereas it is recognized that the Wilkinsburg CDC, a nonprofit, lobbies the city council members of the city of Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I just want to make sure we have it before we do that.
Okay, now, do we have a motion for this, and then we'll have questions?
No, if it's accepted, it goes as part of the resolution.
Oh, no, I'm saying, can we have a motion to accept this?
the person who seconded the resolution accepted the friendly amendment.
Okay.
Just an addition.
Are there any debate or questions?
All in favor, vote.
I have a comment.
Go ahead, Michael.
So I guess what I have to say is I think it's pretty disgraceful, despicable that certain council people write a resolution that is an outright lie to the residents of Wilkinsburg. It's pathetic, really. If any person is interested in actually knowing the facts about perhaps improved services, lower taxes, please visit wilkinsburgmerger.org for the facts. Also, somewhere in this resolution, it was mentioned about something about the CDC generating $70 million for the borough. So as the borough council has been told numerous times, right? This money isn't something that the CDC generated on its own. This is money from foundations, corporations, individuals, right? So you're not getting all the facts. Also, regarding, let me get the wording so I don't say something that's not correct. Oh, the termination of, or the removing of elected officials from the board. I believe they mentioned the previous mayor, John Thompson. He was the president of the Wilkinsburg Community Development Corporation Board of Directors from the inception in 2011, I believe. He voluntarily stepped down at the end of his term. He was not removed. And the Borough Council is represented on the Wilkinsburg CDC Board of Directors, which is another lie.
I could myself. You said so. Oh, I didn't know you were on there, Michael.
Well, apparently. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on. It's absolutely pathetic and ridiculous.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to make a comment?
I'd like to make a comment, Madam President.
Okay, this is Ariel Horton, right?
That's correct.
Thank you.
I'm just confused on what we're hoping to accomplish with this resolution. I think, it seems to me like, as you mentioned, that there are a lot of divisive seeds right now in the borough. And I think this resolution is ready to become another one. I think that we should be working together with our residents and community partners, and not, making resolutions that we will never have any more communication with them. I don't think that's helpful. Thank you.
I would just echo that we have requested for the entire year of 2021, since January 11th, for them to come make their reports and talk to us, and they have not come. So even after booking a time in March to come, they still have not come to speak with us. And I spoke at the opening of the train station and gave them a great deal of credit for what they accomplished, and still they have not come. So I hear what you're saying, but it does take two people to tango, and they have not engaged with us. Okay, so we're in the middle of a...
I do want to may I make a comment?
Yes, please. Ms. Atkins.
I do want to make the comment that Tracy Evans from the CDC was asked to come, just wholeheartedly to come and make a presentation to the public, and to council and to the public, so we could understand what they were doing, what projects they're working on, so on and so forth. She was asked repeatedly, and she didn't come. So the hand was reached out. We were interested, and what was going on. And this was kind of a change in what was normally done. Normally Tracy would come every so often and give an update. So this was a kind of a change, a disappointing change. And I do want to say that I spoke to some people who signed the petition, and just a few people on my own, and admittedly, they did not understand what they were signing. They didn't. So, and I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying the majority of them. I'm saying the people I spoke to personally, they didn't. So that concerns me quite greatly. So I just wanted to add that there was opportunity and there was will from council to work with the CDC, and unfortunately there was not the response from them that we expected.
Does anybody else like to make a comment? Saying none? Okay.
We get the vote?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, the motion was made by
Please.
Deadwood, seconded by Troy. We'll take a roll call vote.
Ms. Edwards,
Yes.
Ms. Edmonds,
Yep.
Mr. Lefebvre,
No.
Ms. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Paciulli,
No.
Mr. Scott, Ms. Hoffman,
No.
Ms. Trice,
Yes.
President Macklin,
Yes. Motion passes.
5 yeses, 4 no, 3 noes, 1 no vote.